This conference will now be recorded.
So we were actually doing that BDC program. Let me first complete the BDC program. In this, we actually have to do the bring the data from the flat file to our program, and from the program you have to push the data into the screens. Let me first quickly do it. Then I will slowly explain you about that later. So first let me complete this process. So this is the program in which we actually have done this. I've done the couple of fields. The fields in which we have entered the data are these things: SORTL, and then we have these are the fields that we have entered in the screen. And here we have this LAN1, type LAN1, WARS, type WARS. So these are the fields that we have, and then let's say this, and then we'll create an internal table and work area, obviously. Data IT underscore LFA1, type standard table of this ST underscore LFA1, WA underscore LFA1, type ST underscore LFA1. So after this, we have to call a function module called GUI underscore upload. This GUI underscore upload will actually load the data from this flat file, the whatever flat file we have. It will load the data from flat file to our internal table. So we'll just go ahead with this file name, and the file name should be this one, wherever we have the file. So in this we have this file name. So after this, slash mk01 dot txt, slash mk01 dot txt, and then we have close this. So this is the file name actually. So we need to write the path, and then we have this. Okay. So then we'll go ahead with the internal table. We are not doing anything. So here we have internal table, that is IT underscore mk. No, not IT underscore. Yeah, IT underscore mk01. Okay, IT underscore mk01. This is where we have to load the data. And the field separator is a tab. I have given tab between the field and field. So we'll go ahead and give this as hash. Hash means we have given the tab between the, if you have a comma, you have to give a comma. I didn't maintain any comma in the flat file. I just kept the tab. So nothing else. Those are the things that we have to do. So let me first check if the data is coming properly or not. Loop at IT underscore mk01. This is just for check. I'll remove this one later. WA underscore mk01 in loop, write WA underscore mk01. Oh, I gave it as IT underscore LFA1, right? LFA1. The table name I given it as IT underscore LFA. So here also we have IT underscore LFA1. Save, syntax check, activate. Hello. So we just trying to see whether the data is getting uploaded or not. I didn't put the slash here. So I didn't write the field names also. If you don't write the field name, the entire work area data will come. So you can give it like this. So what we are trying to understand is the data is coming properly from the flat file into the internal table. Okay. So for getting the data from the flat file to internal table, we use GUI underscore upload. I'm just commenting it because this is not required. After this, we need to get that recording here. So the recording will enable us to push the data from this flat file into the internal table, into the screens. So I'll go ahead and open another screen wherein like I'll upload this, I'll copy that, recording. So here we have to copy that. We have to copy from the BTC Dyn Pro, means the recording we have to copy from there to there. So loop at it underscore mk01 into w underscore mk01. Sorry. LF1 into w underscore LF1. So, and then we have to, so in this loop, the work area, every time the work area will get the new records. Our concept is that needs to be loaded into the screen. So that needs to be loaded into the screen means here the hard coded values needs to be commented. The first hard coded value is this. Okay, so for this, actually this is the same line. If you don't have the full stop here, see the full stop is here. So the recording is enabled in such a way that you can comment it easily and then write the work area name. So here we'll write this w underscore lfa1 hyphen lfnr. Now what is happening here is the full stop, because this full stop we are keeping here. What is happening is every time the new record will come into the work area and that will be loaded into the screen. That's the concept here. So here this one also we have to comment and we have to give it as wa underscore lf1 hyphen ekorg. Now when we are running it, every time a new record will come and that will be loaded here. Then again this one also we have to comment wa underscore lf1 hyphen anrd. Name gun so or tl. I need to comment this lan one. Then we have this currency WARS. Now these are the fields into which the data has to come. So we need to add one more field here in the declaration part, that is uh, like We have record mode. Um, so we can use the something called BDC MSG. BDC MSG, that is important here. BDC MSG, type BDC MSG call. Hmm. Actually, this is an SAP standard structure which we have to make use of. Yes, yes, it's BDC MSG call. So in which basically we will be declaring this structure which will enable us to position the data. So which data has to go to which transaction, which screen, which field, all these things will be given here in this particular thing. So we have BDC MSG type. So BDC MSG call is there, and we will be declaring BDC MSG. Okay, let me comment. We have okay, IT underscore BDC data type table of BDC data WA underscore BDC data type BDC data. So what is this BDC data is? Again, it's an SAP standard structure. So it will also have the Dyn begin, field name, and BDC call. So it will actually capture all these values. So this is one thing that I'll explain you again. And here we have hard coded the field file name. It's not required to hard code the file name. You can write it in such a way that dynamically we can pick the file while running the program. That is how it should be. For how we will do that, we'll see that later. But this is what we have to do. And once it's been done, IT underscore BDC data is what we have to use. Here, refresh IT underscore BDC data. That's it. Okay, now here what we'll do is, okay, so first we have loaded the data from where to where. We have loaded the data from the flat file to the internal table here. From the notepad to the internal table, we have done it. We have done it successfully, and we have also checked it. Now we are looping the data, and every time a new record will come into the work area, and that work area data we are pushing into the screens wherein we have done the recording. So every time a new record will come into the work area, and that will be pushed into the screens. Then after pushing the data into the fields, actually these are the fields. Now we have to call that screen, call the transaction, call transaction IT call transaction MK01 MK01
LFA1
using no transaction code ఇది MK01
okay.
transaction code. BDC data IT underscore using IT underscore BDC data mode A update So this is a mode A update A, what exactly it means, and IT underscore BDC data, how it will work, all these things I will tell you. Just save it. I will explain you about this line is very important. Okay, for this BDC DynPro and BDC field, remember for every perform statement there should be a form at the bottom. So for that we need to take that from this recording. Will have an include program called BDC RECX1. So you can click here, or what you can do is you can directly go to SC38 and display this include program BDC RECX1. In this, in the bottom of the program, we'll have two forms which we need to copy paste into our program. These two forms are for that perform statements. There are two perform statements actually. One is the BDC DynPro and BDC field. For this, we had to perform this. So in this, like, we'll go ahead with, here we have a BDC data, right? So we need to change this to clear WA underscore BDC data here also. BDC data, and here we'll have, instead of this no data, we have to give it a space. I'll explain you this one also, why we are doing this. These are the changes that we have to do. And here also we have to go ahead with work area, append work area into to IT underscore LFA1. Now, if we run this directly, the recording will start. But normally what happens is we need to dynamically select the file name, and then we need to schedule the files, schedule the records. All these things we'll do it later. But as of now, I'll just execute this. Allow the file to be selected. Data is not getting here. Data is coming into IT underscore LFA1. Okay, that we are pushing it to here. This are already there. Call transaction and MQ0. Call transaction. Okay. Okay, sorry, here we had tried this as BDC data. So the data has to come like this. Automatically, the data has to get filled into the screen. I have given all screen display, means all screen display means all the screens will be visible. That's the reason, you know, we are able to see all the screens here. Okay, so we'll just say okay. And 001 does not exist. Okay, that needs to be changed as 002. 0001 was working till yesterday. Every time this, okay, so A191 is been created. Now the second group is the only thing it is not accepting. I need to change that in the flat file and then we'll run it again. So 192. Okay, so the data, one thing is like, one thing that we have is in that the data is not getting refreshed. So for refreshing, we have to add this. And in the flat file, I will change that, what you call the third field as 002, because it is not taking it as 002. 191 is already been uploaded. So I'll remove this first record. I'll meet as 195 because 191 is loaded here successfully. Now let me run it again. System got stuck, I guess. So now automatically it got, okay, I didn't activate it. That's the reason it was taking time. Oh, 002, I changed it the first screen, first field. Okay, that should not be the thing. Get temporary. I need to change the, okay, so I think the mapping was done like this. This field I have done it for that, that field we have done it for this. Okay, I just need to change that. Hmm. I need to change the order here. K2O KK, I need to take it later. I just change the order so that it will pick that data. And here, every time a new record will come, right? New record should come. So for that, I have written refresh PDC data. I'll explain you that one also again. So automatically the data will upload here. I'm just entering the enter button, but actually like this enter button also is not required. Why? Because to understand the process, I have made it as all screen display. Every screen will be displayed, but in the real time we'll give it as background job so that everything will be loaded in the background. Will not see it. So you can see that every time a new record is been created, so all the records have been completed and we came out of this recording. So what is that we are trying to do is we are automating the process of loading the data into the database table. So if you go and check in the LF1 table, all these records what we have done will be there. So let us go and check here. These records are like A1912 A195 something like that. So A1912 A1195. So let's go to the database table, LF1, in this A1902 A195, and then execute it. So you have these records. These are the field names and these are the records that we have. Okay, so this is how we do it, and uh, so I will slowly explain you the step by step again. So what we have actually done is we have done the process. The process is what we need to understand here. So the process is like we first load the data. We first loaded the data into the internal table, and from the internal table we actually went into the work area, and that work area data we have loaded here. Then Okay, so I guess everyone understood very clearly how we are getting the data into internal table. Getting the data into internal table is not an issue because that's taken care by the GUI underscore upload. After getting the data into internal table, we are writing the loop in which the data will come into the work area. Whatever data we are getting into the work area, we are passing it to the screens and screen fields. Then we are calling the transaction code mk01 and using BDC data. Now this BDC data, IT underscore BDC data is what we declared on the top, which is of type structure BDC data that needs to be there. So now mode A and update A. Mode A and update A. So how many modes will be there is there will be different modes and update. Modes will be A all screen display, E error screen display. I can write these things here. And only error screens will be displayed here. And here, other than this, can say N no screen display. So in update again we'll have asynchronous and synchronous. So update we have synchronous, asynchronous and synchronous. So these are synchronous. Asynchronous means if one record failed, it will go to the next record and still upload it. But in synchronous, what will happen if one record is not uploaded, the next record will not get uploaded. And in mode, since we have given it as A, all screens were visible for us. If it is E, only if there is an error in any screen, it will be visible. And no screen means none of the screens will be visible. So these are the options that we have. Now call transaction MK01 means MK01 is a transaction that we type it from here, right? So the manually how we type MK01, we are giving it to the system will take care of it.
సపోజ్ అప్లోడ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఎర్రర్ వస్తే స్టార్టింగ్ లో కాదు ఎక్కడో సపోజ్ మనం 1000 చేస్తున్నాము ఒక 500 దగ్గర ఎర్రర్ వచ్చి ఆగిపోయింది అంటే
అప్పుడు యాక్చువల్లీ ఎర్రర్ స్క్రీన్ డిస్ప్లే మనం చేసుకోవచ్చు. అయితే ఇందులో ఇప్పుడు ఈ కాల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ మెథడ్ లో కాల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ మెథడ్ ప్రాబ్లం ఎక్కడ వస్తుందంటే ఇప్పుడు ఎర్రర్ ఏదో సమ్ డేటా అనుకోని డేటా వచ్చింది, ప్రాపర్ డేటా రాలేదు. సో ఆ డేటా ఏమవుతుందంటే అక్కడికి దాటికే నేను ఇక్కడ బీడీసీ ఎంఎస్జీ కాల్లోకి నేను మెసేజెస్ క్యాప్చర్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాను. ఇది నేను కమెంట్ చేశాను కదా. ఈ బీడీసీ ఎంఎస్జీ కాల్లో ఏంటంటే మనం అందులోకి క్యాప్చర్ చేయొచ్చు. ఏమంటారు మన ఎర్రర్స్ అనేది ఇందులో క్యాప్చర్ చేసి మనం తెలుసుకోవచ్చు ఏ రికార్డ్ దగ్గర స్టాప్ అయింది అని. ఆ రికార్డ్ వరకు డేటా ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ లో డిలీట్ చేసి మళ్ళీ అప్లోడ్ చేయాలన్నమాట. ఇది కాల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ మెథడ్ లో ఈ ప్రాసెస్. కానీ సెషన్ మెథడ్ లో కొంచెం అడ్వాన్స్ గా ఉంటుంది. అంటే మీరు డిలీట్ చేయడం అనేది ఉండదు, మళ్ళీ రన్ చేసుకున్నాక వర్క్ అటు కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. బట్ హియర్ in the old methods that we are following, we have to delete the data in the flat file and then upload it. So that is how it should be.
ఓకే
So messages into IT underscore BDC MSG. Okay, I didn't give IT underscore, I'll add here. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే ఏమైనా ఎర్రర్స్ వస్తే దాంట్లోకి క్యాప్చర్ అవుతుంది పర్టికులర్. ఓకే, సేమ్ ఫైల్ కాబట్టి మళ్ళీ మనకి ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది. ఓకే ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రోగ్రామ్. ఇది మళ్ళీ రేపు. సో టుమారో కెన్ వి హ్యావ్ దిస్ సెషన్?
నాకు
హలో.
ఓకే, నాకు ఓకే విక్రమ్.
Okay, fine. So we'll have the session at the same time tomorrow, and I'll be discussing this, and we'll be and inko konచెం detailedly I'll explain, and then we'll go for the session method tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll finish off the
Okay.
session method, because session method also we'll be doing the same process, and only at that last line we'll change some logic there. Why we'll change the logic, I'll explain you that. And then we'll also pick the data, pick the file dynamically. Akkada manamu we have actually hard coded the file name. Instead of that, we can upload that, we can select the file name and then do it. We'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll catch up.